Hey guys, happy Thursday. I'm on my way to Bryant Park. I have to do a quick research. There was so much going on in the city in the past several days. We had the Hocus Pocus premiere, the Oprah Gala, the Fall Fashion Gala. Today we have the Carnegie Hall Gala. And we have the morning show filming in the city for this week only with Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, and Jon Hamm. Now, from the other photographers, I've learned that Jennifer Aniston is very rare to be seen in public. They said it's very, 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 very rare. So they say the highest priority should be to Jennifer Aniston, because all the other people coming to all the other events are not as important as Jennifer Aniston. That's what I've been told. Now, yes, so yesterday I went to Coney Island because everybody was talking about this big scene they're gonna film on the boardwalk. And exactly when I decided, okay, I'm gonna do a live video and I'm gonna go back home, I don't know if you saw that in the live video, I stumbled upon all the photographers, and that was like what? That was 3:30, maybe 3:30. I ended up staying there until almost 10 p.m. I was 8 hours outside in Coney Island because everybody told me how important it is and how it's never gonna happen again. And I'm like, okay, if it's never gonna happen again, okay, I guess I'll wait. And I waited. It's so noisy in here. We're on 5th Avenue going to Bryant Park. I feel like every time I go out to the street, I need to make a decision in which direction I'm going, because I know too much about what's happening in the city, and it can be like the difference between day and night, but you don't know until you make that choice. So yesterday I made a choice to stay in Coney Island. So noisy. Some of the cars are just annoying on your ear. They're like making so much chaos. Oh, I'm gonna you're asking if it was worth waiting. So eventually Jennifer Aniston and Jon Hamm did came out to the board, the Coney Island boardwalk. It's like gorgeous, and you have all the Luna Park behind it, and they were actually renting the Luna Park. So the whole Luna Park was the entire day, it was for the morning show production. Well, I promise I'm gonna tell you the story. I'm just gonna find a quieter place in the park. Give me a moment. Ay. So they rented the Luna Park. The Luna Park was closed to the public, and they had extras riding the rides, and they were only operating the rides that were within their camera angles of view. So that was kind of interesting to see. And then they build from scratch a big kiosk on the middle of the boardwalk, and they had all these, like cute amusement park ads they had on there, and lights. And for nighttime, they turn on the lights for the big ride, so it's gonna be nice, look nice on screen. And they were preparing for that moment the whole day, building, doing stuff, I don't know. And then they finally got to the point where they're filming the scene. And the whole scene is like a 1-minute scene. So think about it. Everything that they did yesterday, hundreds of people, extras, renting. They did more scenes that day, but the total of time for this whole operation, for this whole day of filming, for this the whole day, it's gonna be 3 minutes on screen when you see the show. So a whole day, all this money, all this building from scratch for less than a 3-minute scene that you're gonna see when the episode airs. Isn't that insane? I find that's so insane. Why? Okay, so that was one thing. I couldn't believe the amount of money that was spent on that thing, on that scene, that they go on the boardwalk, they go to the kiosk, they have a conversation with the man at the kiosk, and they walk away. It's less than a minute, maybe a minute, that's it. And this whole operation for this 1 minute, that was mind-blowing, really. I've seen them, bringing cars and everything, but renting the whole Luna Park, building, you guys, that's, I don't know. I feel it's a little bit out of proportion, but that's the industry, I guess. They had extras. They were paying money for people to be on the rides, so it will look real. How crazy! And then, was it worth it? I don't think it was worth it. I did see them, and they were very close, and I got good videos, but I would rather not waste 8 hours of my day. It was mostly a waste of time, and for what I got, I would skip that one if I knew that's what's gonna happen. But I was already there, and I was already so invested in that I stayed, fortunately. And and then another thing, when the scene started, when they started filming the scene, all the photographers came, because I told you this, there were a lot of events happening in the city, but everybody came to Jennifer Aniston because everybody said she's the rarest, because you cannot never see her in public. So nobody went to the ballet gala, nobody went to any of the other events with a Jean Georges opening restaurant, or there were so many events. Everybody went to this one, and it got crowded, obviously. And the thing about the photographers, when they're in the shoot, they're super aggressive, and when they're not shooting, they can be really nice. One of the photographers actually drove the other photographers from Manhattan to Brooklyn, and then from Brooklyn back to Manhattan, just because they're his friends, even though they're also his competitors. So I was mind blown. I'm really? You drove them from Manhattan to here and then drove them back? I couldn't believe that, but that's what he did. But at nighttime, when we were on the set, it got crowded between all of them. And then two extras were walking in front of the photographers. And it was so chaotic. One of the photographers thought there are other photographers that are trying to block him or something, because that's what they do for each other, blocking each other. So he just knocked a person on the ground. And I'm like, whoa. And then instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, it was a mistake, I didn't mean to, he just like started saying, it was your fault. You were bumping into me, it was your fault. He just immediately threw the blame on the other side, and that was a girl on the floor. Immediately, it didn't like, oh, I'm sorry, this is my fault. No, he's like, that was your fault. It took no credibility, no responsibility on his act, and he acted like it was her fault, and it went into a huge fight. And I'm like, okay, bye. I don't care how much I waited. I'm going. This is like it. This is crazy. And I left. But you guys, and they told me yesterday, one of them said, this is very impressive because this is a very hard work. And especially if you're new, everybody's giving you a hard time. And for a woman, it's 10 times harder than if you were a man. And it's like really impressive that you're still doing it. And yeah, that's what he told, like one of the photographers. He told me that he cannot believe I'm like lasting this long, because they are just driving away every other person trying to get into this, I don't know, occupation. And I just do it because A, I find it fascinating, and B, none of the other content creators can do it because it's so hard and you have to know so much about what's going on in the city. And I have this leverage, and I'm like, I'm not giving this up. Even if I have like these moral questions about it sometimes, or I don't know, I'm like, I'm not giving this up. This is like one of the best things New York offering people is like actually watching the movies and TVs you see on TV in real life. Like how fascinating. It's so interesting to watch it. And I'm just like holding my ground there, basically. So yes, it was 8 hours of waiting, and I did get a video, and I got some more intel on this celebrity photographers, paparazzi world. I feel like every time I go, I learn something new. That's it. That's the story about what happened yesterday. And I don't know what I'm gonna do today, because I'm exhausted and I just want to go to sleep. So that's the story. Oh, okay. Stopping to read your comments. Hey Ursula, how are you? Hey Bharat, hello. Afghanistan, India is here joining. Florida, how's everything in Florida? I went to physical therapy right now, and my therapist showed me her family lives in Florida, and she showed me video of the floods. And this is so scary, you guys. But she said now it's sunny and everybody's out, and she's actually taking a flight to Florida tonight. So I'm like, what do you know? Well, hopefully you're all safe and sound in Florida. Definitely keeping you in our thoughts. Hey Lucy, hey Judy, yes, you made it. California is here. Hey Elba. Oh. Claudia, hi. Brenda, hello. South Carolina. Mariah, hello. That's Argentina is here. I see you. I think Greece is here. Poland is here. Hey Peter, how are you? Joanne, Michael, yeah, you made it. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for your support. I've been having a really some crazy non-stop days lately. But hopefully at one point I'll have a time to stop and relax and, get myself together. Extras on the right. Yes, they even got the big teddy bears to hold. Like, some of them were holding a big teddy bear, and they were so excited. They were coming from the ride, and they're like, "We were on the ride with Jennifer Aniston. That was so cool." They were so excited about it. I knew I wanted to say something. I don't remember even. Oh, yes. Oh, but yeah. So on top of everything happening yesterday, I remember I told you I did a podcast interview with these guys. He has a podcast and he interviews for his episode each time a different person. And he was interested in doing a celebrities photographer podcast. And he asked me if I'm willing to interview, and I said yes. And then, like, my life is pretty crazy, so we book a time, and I go on, and he asked me to have my camera on, and I don't care. But at the end of the podcast, I realized that he actually recording the whole thing, and he's using the audio and the video, and I'm like, no way. And he's like, that's fine, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And I forgot about it. And then yesterday, with all the craziness, I keep seeing it on my feed, like this podcast with me interviewing with him and my face. And I was not prepared to be on camera. I was not no. And because I thought it's only audio. I was exhausted after, I don't know. And I was not ready to be on camera, on record. And I saw it and I was so upset. And I finally told him, can you please take this down? Like, we did a podcast and I didn't want my face to be in the podcast. Can you please take it down? So I think he took it down. I didn't even have time to look at his email yet, but I was so upset about it. So it is on Spotify and Apple, and hopefully we'll fix that, and then I'll be able to share with you the link so you can listen to the whole interview. But honestly, you guys know most of it because I basically update you on a daily basis on everything that's going on. So it's pretty much summarized in an hour, the podcast. The podcast was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed talking with him. I just didn't enjoy the fact that my face was on a podcast. Does that make sense? Like, I don't like being on camera. If he would have told me it's gonna be on camera thing, I'm not sure I would even agree for that. But I'm like, oh yeah, that's a podcast. I don't mind. So I was so upset about this. I have a purpose in being in Bryant Park. I'm not accidentally here. But yeah, I'll update you later about what's going on. Anyway, that's the story. Flooding in Florida. Yes, I saw the video, but I know they said that the waters are going down now and it's kind of better and the sun is out and the hurricane moved on and reduced its power, I guess. So I don't know. I just hope everybody is safe and that the water is gonna go down and you can get to your life ASAP. And this is only the beginning of the season. I'm like, I do not wanna. What's coming next? I don't. It's quite alarming.
And we can.
Anyway. Anyway, just wanted to share this update. No ice on the fountain. It was pretty chilly. I was so cold this morning, but now it's getting hotter. Like I can take down my upper layer now. But yeah, it's gonna take time. The fountain usually will freeze in February, sometimes sooner. But January, February are good months to come and see it's frozen. It is not frozen yet. It's sunny. We have a nice weather. Hey Jack, happy to see you. Thank you so much for your support and thank you for sending stars. And you just reminded me to show you the Empire State Building. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back so you can see it. The 42nd Street and 6th Avenue is a good spot if you come into Bryant Park. If you want to view the Empire State Building, then you can. Sometimes the trees will block, so just move left or right until you see it. Give me a moment and I'll show it to you. Hey Moselle, how are you? Yes, it is really another great weather day in New York City. We're having a lot of luck lately. Okay, let me see. The Empire State Building coming your way in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Nice frame. Yeah, and that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoy the walk and the talk, and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.